You didn't search for this video, YouTube recommended it to you. At first, my chat might seem boring, but I recommend watching it. Maybe you're watching this while another tab has a shopping site open. There are 3 more things in your cart that you'll never use. And you started with "I'll just take a look." But now your credit card info is auto-filling, and your finger is hovering over the buy button. Here's the harsh truth: your brain is sabotaging you. And you're not even aware of it. Every click, every scroll, every add to cart, your brain's chemistry lab throws a party. Dopamine surges, cortisol rises, and you're just thinking about buying something. But what's happening is much darker. You're not becoming a hunter's prey. Worse, you're your own hunter. Before continuing, please make sure you've subscribed to the channel and share in the comments how you felt while watching this video. Your experiences strengthen this community. It's 2:47 a.m. You know you need to sleep. You have an early meeting tomorrow morning. But there you are, in bed, your phone screen glowing on your face, scrolling to the next page. Just 5 more minutes, you tell yourself. But 5 minutes turn into 30. 30 minutes turn into an hour. And then you see it. That perfect thing. The one that will complete you. Maybe a jacket. Maybe a gadget. Maybe just a candle holder. Yes, a candle holder, because why not? You check the price. A bit expensive. But then you see, 40% off. Only tonight. Last 3 items. Might go out of stock. Your heart beats faster. Your mouth goes dry. This is no longer just a candle holder. This is a chance. An opportunity not to be missed. And you click. Add to cart. That little cart icon lights up. A small notification: item added to cart. A sense of victory. A kind of relief. As if you've won something. But you haven't even purchased it yet. Now you go to the cart. There it is, your candle holder, waiting for you. But it's not alone. The "you might also like" section is right below. 3 more candle holders. A pillow set. A diffuser. Frequently bought together, it says. As if this is a community activity. As if others are doing it too and you should join in. And you do. 5 minutes later, your cart has $127 worth of items. You don't really want any of them. You don't really need any of them. But you'll buy them all. Because your brain is telling you a story. And that story is very convincing. Let me tell you something, this isn't your fault. No, really. You're not weak. You're not undisciplined. You're just human. And humans have a brain system evolved over millions of years that's not designed to handle modern online shopping. In the middle of your brain, there's a small structure, the nucleus accumbens. Think of it as the reward center. Every time you get something, food, sex, social approval, this center releases dopamine. Dopamine isn't actually this feel-good chemical. It's the want chemical. The more's chemical. The get it now, think later's chemical. And online shopping sites know this. Every design element, every color choice, every notification sound is engineered to trigger this dopamine system. Have you ever wondered why the add to cart button is bright orange or green? Why it says only 3 left in stock? Why there's a constant countdown timer? Because your brain has 2 fears, the fear of missing out and the fear of loss. These 2 fears form the foundation of how these websites are built. One study shows that simply labeling a product as limited stock increases sales by 226%. Adding a countdown timer boosts it by 332%. Why? Because the ancient parts of your brain, the amygdala and limbic system, perceive a threat. If I don't buy now, it'll be gone forever, it thinks. It's not logical. But the feeling is. And that feeling always beats logic. But it's not just dopamine. The process is far more complex. Let me take you to another scene. A Saturday morning. You're drinking your coffee, sitting in front of your laptop. I'm just checking my emails, you say. But an ad catches your eye. An influencer's post. That new outfit. That perfect smile. That hashtag, #MyBestLife. And you click. Here it goes. Welcome, Fox. The trap is set. When the first page loads, you see big, professional photos. Models smiling. The product looks flawless. Below, reviews. Changed my life. Best purchase ever. Highly recommend. 5 stars. Hundreds of comments. All positive. But pause and think. Are these reviews real? Maybe. Maybe not. Some might be written by bots. Some might be paid for. But you might not know that. And your brain doesn't care. Because your brain is looking for social proof. Social proof is a powerful concept in psychology. Robert Cialdini explains it in his famous book on persuasion. When people don't know what to do, they look at what others are doing. If 500 people bought this product and are happy, you'll be happy too, right? No. But your brain isn't thinking that. Your brain is thinking, safe with the herd. You scroll down. The frequently bought together section. 3 additional items. And an offer, buy all 3, get 15% off. It shows it's mathematically correct. I'm actually saving money. No, you're not. You're spending money. But your brain believes the story because when you hear the word save, dopamine surges again. Winning feels good. Loss feels bad. And missing a 15% discount feels like a loss. There it is. Your prefrontal cortex, the center of logic and decision-making, goes offline. The limbic system takes over. And you, a rational thinking human, turn into an animal driven by primal instincts. You add to cart. 3 days later. The doorbell rings. The package has arrived. You feel a small thrill. You open the box. Inside, the candle holder. The jacket. That life-changing gadget. And you look at it. The first 5 seconds are nice. New smell. New texture. The feeling of newness. But then, something's missing. The product doesn't look like the photo. It seems a bit cheaper. A bit more ordinary. And you start thinking, did I really need this? But there's nothing to do. Returning it is too much hassle. Maybe you'll use it. Maybe. You place the box in the corner. Next to the other boxes. Next to the things you bought last month. Next to the items you've never even opened. And then, that evening, you're back on your phone. Opening another shopping site. Because that little dopamine hit felt so good. And you want it again. Welcome to the addiction loop. Now let me tell you the truly scary part. When you visit these sites, they don't just see you. They read you. Every click, every pause, every scroll is recorded. An algorithm analyzes your behavior. How long did you look at a product? Which color did you click? Did you add to cart but not buy? When did you come back? All this data feeds into a massive machine learning system. And that system starts to know you. It learns your patterns. It learns your weaknesses. And then, it creates a personalized experience for you. That recommended products section? Not random. It's based on your past behavior, similar users' behavior, even algorithms trying to predict your mood. If you're feeling depressed, it shows comfort products. If you're stressed, self-care products. If you're lonely, social products. And the darkest part? These algorithms are designed to provoke your addiction. Because the more you click, the more you spend, the more the company profits. It's not your happiness that matters, it's your spending. Neil L. from Stanford explains this in his book Hooked. Modern tech products are designed to create a habit loop. Trigger, action, reward, investment. This loop reprograms the brain just like addictive substances do. You're not a cocaine addict, but you could be an online shopping addict. And the difference is smaller than you think. But it wasn't always like this. In the late 1990s, the internet was still new. The first online shopping sites opened. Simple pages. Plain text. 1 or 2 photos. Payment was a hassle. You were scared to enter your credit card number because it felt unsafe. But then something changed. Amazon was founded in 1994. eBay in 1995. And they weren't just selling products. They were selling an experience. Amazon's founder, Jeff Bezos, understood this from the start. He was obsessed with customer experience. He invented that one-click button because every extra click reduces the chance of a purchase. He developed the recommended products algorithm because people need suggestions before they even know what they want. Then, in 2007, the iPhone arrived. Online shopping moved from computers to phones. Morning. Night. On the bus. At work. Everywhere. Shopping stopped being an activity. It became a state. Constant, always, everywhere. And companies saw this. They invested more. Smarter algorithms. More enticing designs. Faster delivery. Amazon Prime came, 2-day delivery. Then 1 day. Then same day. Now, in some cities, 2 hours. You want something. 2 hours later, it's at your door. No delayed gratification anymore. Instant gratification. And the brain loves instant gratification. But at what cost? A Harvard study shows that impulsive online shoppers experience higher rates of depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. Why? Because each purchase provides a temporary dopamine hit. But when that fleeting feeling fades, guilt, regret, and shame creep in. And then, to escape those bad feelings, you shop again. A cycle. A prison. And you're both the prisoner and the guard. End of the month. Your credit card statement arrives. You open it. And you freeze. Did I spend that much, you say? But the numbers don't lie. $847. In 1 month. You barely remember most of it. Little things. $12 here, $37 there. All small expenses. But the total is devastating. You feel nauseous. A tightness in your chest. How could I be so irresponsible, you think? But listen. This isn't irresponsibility. This is manipulation. Companies want you to make small purchases. Why? Because big purchases hurt. When you want something for $500, you stop and think. Is it worth it? Do I really need it? But for something $15, you don't think twice. It feels too small. But $15, done 50 times, becomes $750. And you don't notice because each one is just $15. They call this the small spending trap. And it's very effective. Another tactic, free shipping on orders over $35. Your cart has $27 worth of items. You need to spend $8 more. Better to spend $8 more than pay $6 for shipping, you say. The math seems logical. But it's not. Because you didn't want something for $35. You wanted something for $27. Now you're spending $43 and seeing it as saving. Your brain hates losing. And missing free shipping feels like a loss. So you spend more money to avoid a loss. Ironic, isn't it? But let's dive deeper. Why can some people stop themselves from online shopping, but you can't? The answer may lie in serotonin levels. Serotonin is known as the feel-good hormone. But it's actually responsible for impulse control. People with low serotonin levels are more prone to impulsive behaviors. eating disorders, gambling, substance addiction, and yes, shopping addiction. Modern life lowers serotonin levels. Sleep deprivation, stress, poor nutrition, social isolation, all reduce serotonin production. And as you walk around with low serotonin, your impulse control weakens. Then you open a shopping site. Dopamine surges. You feel temporary relief. But this relief doesn't increase serotonin. It only boosts dopamine. And then dopamine says, want more, buy more. So you shop more. More dopamine. More temporary relief. But the underlying issue, low serotonin, stress, loneliness, remains. Nothing changes. You're just suppressing the symptoms. And this is like a void that never fills. 6 months later. You come home. You open the door. And the place is full of boxes. Some unopened. Some open but unused. That fitness tracker. That cooking gadget. That life-changing planner. You don't use any of them. You sit on the floor. You look around. And the truth is, you tried to buy happiness. But all you bought was disappointment. These boxes aren't just products. They're monuments to your desperation. Each one, a moment you said, this time it'll be different. Each one, a moment you thought, this will fix me. Each one, a lie. And the most painful part? You knew. Deep down, subconsciously, you always knew. When you bought that candle, you thought, I don't need this. But you bought it anyway. Because in that moment, it wasn't logic. It was feeling. And feeling always wins. Psychology calls this emotional shopping. You're shopping to fill an emotion. Loneliness. Boredom. Stress. Depression. Emptiness. And shopping provides temporary escape. A distraction. A diversion. But the problem is, emotions aren't filled with products. They're filled with inner work, connection, meaning. And instead of looking inward, you're shopping outward. This isn't sustainable. This isn't healthy. And deep in your heart, you know it. But here's the scariest part. You're not alone. This isn't just your problem. This is a systemic issue. These shopping sites use artificial intelligence. Machine learning. These systems are very good at detecting people's vulnerabilities. They look at your shopping history. What time do you spend the most? Midnight. Why? Because you're tired. Your prefrontal cortex, your logic center, is weaker when fatigued. Impulse control decreases. So they send you special notifications at midnight. Tonight only. Last chance. In what emotional state do you spend the most? Sad. Lonely. Stressed. The algorithm detects it. It monitors your social media activity, your search history, and predicts your emotional state. Then it shows you self-care products. You deserve this. You're special. But you're not special. You're a data point. A target. A customer. And they're spending millions to manipulate you. In 2017, a Facebook data analyst leaked reports showing that Facebook offered advertisers tools to target teens based on their emotional state. Insecure teens. Stressed teens. Worthless feeling teens. And advertisers showed them tailored ads. Is this ethical? No. Is it legal? Debatable. But is it happening? Absolutely. And it's not just teens. Adults too. You too. The algorithm knows your weaknesses. And they're exploiting them. But there's another layer. Social pressure. You might be watching your friend's Instagram story. She got a new bag. Wearing new shoes. Has a new life. Then you look at your own life. It seems a bit boring. A bit lacking. So you shop. You need new things too. Because if you don't show it, if you don't share it, do you even exist? Social media and online shopping work together. They feed each other. You see beautiful lives on Instagram. Then you go to shopping sites to buy that life. But of course, that life can't be bought. You just buy products. And then you share those products. Others see your post. And they shop too. A cycle. A system. A trap. René Girard, a French philosopher, developed the theory of mimetic desire. People desire by imitating others. You want something because someone else wanted it. Your desire isn't original. It's socially constructed. And modern capitalism exploits this theory perfectly. Influencers, ads, trending lists, all trigger your mimetic desire. Everyone's getting this. You should too. And you do. Because being left out feels terrifying. But the worst part comes after the purchase. The product arrives. You open it. There's initial excitement. But then emptiness. Disappointment. Is that all you think? Because, of course, that's all. It's just a product. It can't change your life. It can't fill your loneliness. It can't increase your worth. But before buying, you believed it would. That magical thinking, this will fix everything. Now you feel regret. Guilt. Why did I buy this? How stupid am I? And these feelings are painful. So to escape the pain, what do? You shop again. Because shopping provides temporary relief. A quick dopamine hit dulls the regret. And you enter the same cycle again. Buy. Regret. Hurt. Escape. Buy. Regret. Hurt. Escape. Forever. This can clinically be an addiction. It's called compulsive buying disorder, CBD. Research shows 5 to 8% of the population has it. And with the spread of online shopping, this rate is rising rapidly. Look at the symptoms: constant shopping thoughts, restlessness when not shopping, secret shopping, continuing despite financial problems, loss of control, guilt and shame. Sound familiar? One evening, someone you love asks you, "Why are there so many boxes?" You freeze. What will you say? Will you tell the truth? I can't control it. I have a problem. I need help. Or will you lie? Oh, these are for work. They're gifts. I just found a good deal. Because telling the truth is embarrassing. It feels like admitting weakness. And you don't want to seem weak. But listen. This confession is the first step. This awareness is the door to change. You're not alone. Millions are in this cycle. Millions are fighting the same battle you are. And none of them talk about it. Because everyone is ashamed. Everyone thinks, "Am I the only one?" No. You're not the only one. And it's not your fault. This is the result of a system. A manipulation. There's no weakness in you. You're up against $1 trillion industry. Thousands of engineers, psychologists, designers working to trap you. And you're just a human. But here's the good news: because you're human, you can change. Because you're aware, you can resist. Because you now see the truth, you can be free. Now let's get practical. How can you break this cycle? First step, identify your triggers. Start a journal. When do you want to shop? What emotions are you feeling? Lonely? Bored? Stressed? What time? What situation? For 1 week, record every shopping urge. But don't buy. Just record. Write, "I want to buy something now." Because your brain changes with awareness. When you start observing automatic reactions, they become less powerful. Awareness calms the limbic system and activates the prefrontal cortex. Second step, the pause technique. When you want to buy something, wait 10 minutes. Set a timer. During those 10 minutes, do something else. Go for a walk. Drink water. Breathe deeply. Call a friend. In most cases, after 10 minutes, the urge passes. Because the dopamine wave is short-lived. If you don't react instantly, it subsides. Third step, delete shopping apps from your phone. Yes, all of them. Amazon, eBay, everything. Delete. Now. But I sometimes really need things. Fine. Then use your computer. Opening a computer is more effort than a phone. That effort creates friction. And friction reduces impulsive decisions. One study shows adding just one extra step, a single click, reduces purchases by 30%. Because your brain uses that effort to ask, is this worth it? Fourth step, don't save payment info. Enter your credit card number every time. Yes, it's annoying. But that annoyance protects you. As you type each digit, you get a chance to think, am I really doing this? One-click buying is the most dangerous feature. It prevents thinking. It removes friction. It turns you into an automaton. Bring the friction back. Fifth step, the 24-hour rule. Want something? Okay. But don't buy immediately. Wait 24 hours. If you still want it after 24 hours, buy it. Most of the time, the next day, you forget it. Or don't want it. Because the urge wasn't a real need. It was a fleeting emotion. Sixth step, financial visibility. Every month, make a budget. Track how much you spend, where. Use an app. Use Excel. But do it. Because seeing the numbers hits you with reality. Saying, I spent $847 this month is abstract. But that's half my rent is concrete. Concrete reality beats abstract urges. Seventh step, alternative reward systems. You want dopamine. That's natural. But get it from sources other than shopping. Exercise. It triggers natural dopamine release. Connect with a friend. Social bonds release oxytocin and dopamine. Pick up a hobby. Creativity rewards the brain. Your brain won't stop seeking pleasure. But you can find it in healthier places. Eighth step, the minimalism mindset. Ask yourself, does this add value to my life? Marie Kondo's famous question, does this spark joy? But I'll tweak it, does this truly make me happy, or is it just temporary relief? If it's not real happiness, don't buy. Because every product isn't just a product. It's a piece of your time. Your space. Your energy. And most importantly, your freedom. The more things you own, the more they own you. But the most important step, the deepest one, is to ask this question. What am I really looking for? Because you're not searching for a candle. You're not searching for a jacket. You're searching for peace. For fulfillment. For meaning. And you can't find these things out there. They're inside. They're within you. But the modern world lies to you. Happiness can be bought. Fulfillment is one product away. You're incomplete, but this will complete you. All lies. You are already whole. You are already enough. You are already worthy. But because you forgot this truth, you started looking outside. Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, said, the person who looks outward dreams, the person who looks inward awakens. You're chasing dreams. Those products are dreams. Those promises are dreams. That perfect life is a dream. Reality is inside. Reality is now. Reality is you. 3 months later. You're applying the techniques. Apps deleted. Notifications off. 24-hour rule in place. One night, the urge hits again. You grab your phone. But no app. You need the computer. Too lazy. I'll check tomorrow, you say. Next day, the urge is gone. You feel a victory. Small but real. You took control. You told your brain no. For the first time, you won. But the journey isn't over. The next week is tough. Problems pile up. Relationship strained. Old habit resurfaces. Just looking won't hurt. And you look. The feeling returns. That familiar pull. The sweet dopamine whisper. But this time, you're aware. You know what's happening. This isn't a real need, you tell yourself. This is just escape. You close the site. It's not easy. It's painful. You were used to that escape. But you hold on. You hold on. You hold on. Then the urge slowly fades. It doesn't vanish. But it becomes manageable. You're taking your power back. Here's the beautiful science. Brains are plastic. They can change. Every time you resist an impulsive urge, something happens in your brain. Neural connections in the prefrontal cortex strengthen. The limbic system's grip weakens. This is called neuroplasticity. The brain's ability to reprogram itself. One study shows that 66 days, about 2 months, of consistent behavior change creates lasting changes in the brain. New neural pathways form. Old ones weaken. So you're not just breaking a bad habit. You're rebuilding your brain. You're creating a new you. But it's not linear. Some days are easy. Some are hard. Some days you slip back. That's normal. Change doesn't move in a straight line. It's a beautiful mess. What matters is not giving up. What matters is getting back up after every fall. But inner work alone isn't enough. You also need to change your environment. For example, unsubscribe from email lists. Block all special offer emails. Every email is a trigger. Every 50% off today only a message creates an urge. On social media, stop following shopping accounts. Drop those influencer accounts. They constantly trigger your mimetic desire. At home, keep credit cards out of sight. Don't carry them in your wallet. Lock them in a drawer. Every time you want to use one, you have to open that drawer. That friction protects you. Be open with friends. Say, I'm trying to control online shopping. Ask for their support. If you see me shopping, stop me. Social support is powerful. You're not alone. And when others know your struggle, they support you. 6 months later, your credit card statement arrives. You open it. And you see $127. Just essentials. No unnecessary spending. For a moment, you can't believe it. Did I do this, you think? Yes, you did. You look around your home. Fewer boxes. Less clutter. More space. More peace. You look in the mirror. And you see a different face. Lighter. Freer. More you. Because you're no longer just a consumer. You're an individual. Someone who makes choices. Someone in control. And this power feels incredible. But be careful. Overconfidence is risky. Those urges don't vanish completely. They wait quietly. For a bad day. A stressful moment. And they can return. So stay vigilant. Stay aware. Always ask yourself, is this a real need or just an urge? But is individual change enough? No. Because this isn't just your problem. It's a societal issue. A systemic one. These companies are designed to manipulate people. And it's legal. It's considered normal. Market economy, they say. Consumer choice. But is this choice? Real choice? Or manipulation? I say manipulation. And as a society, we need to push back. Stricter regulations. More transparency. Oversight on algorithms. Data privacy protections. In Europe, there's a law called GDPR. Companies must explain how they use user data. Users have the right to delete it. In America, no such law. Companies are free. And the result? More manipulation. More addiction. More harm. We must demand change. From politicians. From companies. From ourselves. Because this isn't just about money. It's about human dignity. Freedom. Mental health. 1 year later. A friend opens up to you. I can't control online shopping, he says. Shame in his eyes. Desperation in his voice. You understand. You were there. You know that pain. But now you're different. You've completed the journey. You've gained wisdom. So you tell him your story, your struggle, your victory. You share the methods. Identify triggers. The pause technique. The 24-hour rule. All of it. But most importantly, you say, this isn't your fault. You're not alone. And you can do this. He looks into your eyes. And for the first time, he sees hope. This is the healing cycle. You turn your pain into healing. You gift your struggle to others. And this may be the most powerful transformation. Because now you're not just saving yourself. You're saving others too. But let's go deeper. Why is consumption so appealing? Because the modern world is in a meaning crisis. In ancient times, identities were fixed. You were a peasant. Or a craftsman. Or a warrior. Your role was set, your purpose clear. But now, everything is fluid. Who are you? What do you do? Why are you here? These questions are heavy. Answering them is hard. So consumption offers an easy answer. You are what you buy. You are what you own. But it's superficial. It's empty. Because products don't give identity. They only give the illusion of identity. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the Holocaust, wrote in Man's Search for Meaning, everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. You can lose products. You can lose money. But you can never lose your freedom to choose. And real meaning isn't out there. It's inside. In your choices. Your values. Your actions. Shopping won't fill you. But life can. Relationships can. Creativity can. Contribution can. What do you choose? Now here's an exercise for you. Go to a quiet place. Sit down. Close your eyes. Take deep breaths. Now ask yourself, what do I really need? The first answers will be superficial. New shoes. New phone. Fine. Listen to them. But move past. Dig deeper. Why do I want new shoes? Because I want to feel good. Good. Deeper. Why do I want to feel good? Because I feel bad right now. Good. Deeper. Why do I feel bad? Because I'm lonely. Because I'm stressed. Because I have no purpose. There it is. The real need. Loneliness. Stress. Lack of purpose. Now ask, can new shoes meet these needs? No. They can't. So the real question is, how can I meet these needs? Maybe call a friend. Maybe meditate. Maybe focus on a goal. These answers are harder. They require inner work. But they're real. And they're sustainable. Shopping is easy but temporary. Inner work is hard but lasting. Which do you choose? 2 years later. Everything's going well. You're in control. Shopping addiction is behind you. Then something happens. A crisis. Maybe a breakup. Maybe job loss. Maybe illness. You feel those old emotions again. Helplessness. Emptiness. Pain. One night, in a weak moment, you open a shopping site. Just looking, you say. But you know how this ends. You buy. One thing. Then another. Then another. Next day, the box arrives. The old feeling returns. Regret. Guilt. Shame. I failed, you think. I'm back. I never changed. Stop. A slip isn't failure. A slip is being human. Change isn't linear. It's a spiral. What matters is what you do now. Will you stay here? Return to the old cycle? Or stand up? You stand up. Because you're different now. You have tools. Awareness. Experience. You start again. Delete the apps. Apply the techniques. This time, you're stronger. You've learned to weather storms. This is part of the journey. And you keep walking. Now back to the science. Why do these techniques work? Identifying triggers, mindfulness-based therapy focuses on interrupting automatic reactions. Studies show mindfulness practice reduces amygdala activity and increases prefrontal cortex activity. Result? Fewer impulsive behaviors. Pause technique, known as urge surfing, this is widely used in addiction treatment. An urge is like a wave. It peaks, then falls. If you don't react at the peak, it subsides on its own. Average, 10 to 15 minutes. Adding friction, in behavioral economics, this is nudge theory. Richard Thaler and Cass Sunstein developed it. Small barriers significantly change behavior. For example, switching from opt-out to opt-in reduces participation by 40%. 24-hour rule, the famous marshmallow experiment on delayed gratification shows children who delay satisfaction are more successful later in life. Why? They develop impulse control. And impulse control grows in the prefrontal cortex. Every 24-hour wait strengthens this muscle. Dopamine drives goal-directed behavior. But its sources can be redirected. Dopamine is released through creativity, social connection, and exercise. So you're retraining your brain. The reward is no longer a package. It's healthy activities. Science is clear, these techniques work. But only if you apply them. Now I'm asking you directly, have you ever experienced this? That midnight click? That just looking lie? Those regret-filled mornings? If yes, share in the comments. Write your story. Because every story can help someone else escape. Every confession strengthens the community. And if you're in this fight, no, you're not alone. Millions are in the same cycle as you. And together, we're stronger. Now, we've taken a long journey. You and I. Through the dark corners of your mind, consumption traps, dopamine loops, moments of regret. And now, here we are. On the other side. But this isn't the end. It's the beginning. Because the real journey starts now. Now, you're aware. Now, you have the tools. Now, you can choose. Every day, you'll make a choice. Return to old habits or walk toward freedom. Some days, old habits will win. That's normal. That's being human. But what matters is not giving up. What matters is getting back up after every fall. Because freedom isn't a destination. It's a process. A path chosen anew every day. 5 years later. You wake up in the morning. Go to the bathroom. Look in the mirror. That face is different. Calmer. More real. More you. You check your phone. No shopping apps. No notifications. Just silence. And that silence feels beautiful. You look around your home. Minimalist. Organized. Every item has a purpose. Everything chosen. Nothing bought on impulse. You check your wallet. Savings. Real savings for the first time. Because you stopped spending on unnecessary things. You started investing in your future. But most importantly, you look inside. And there's peace. Fulfillment. Freedom. Because you're no longer a consumer. You're a creator. You're the author of your life. You're writing your own story. And this story isn't a shopping cart. This story is a life. A real life. Remember what I said at the very beginning? Your mind is a prison, and you are both the prisoner and the guard. Now let me complete that metaphor. You were both prisoner and guard. Because you built your own cell. With every urge, every click, every add to cart, you raised the walls. Strengthened the bars. But here's the beautiful thing, you also hold the key. That key is awareness. That key is choice. That key is courage. With every moment of awareness, you turn the lock a little more. With every right choice, you push the door a little wider. With every act of courage, you step closer to freedom. And one day, that door swings fully open. You walk out. You see the sun. You feel freedom. Then you look back. And the cell is still there. It always will be. It's part of your past. But you're no longer inside. You're outside. And you'll never go back. Because once you've tasted freedom, nothing else will do. But perhaps this isn't just neurology. Perhaps it's something deeper. You're not just breaking free from dopamine loops. You're awakening from the spell of the modern world. Because this modern world tells you a story, you're incomplete. But if you buy, you'll be whole. This is the oldest lie. It's been sold to humans for thousands of years. The words change. Once it was buy gold, be happy. Now it's buy iPhone, be happy. But the truth never changes, you are already whole. Buddhist teachings speak of dukkha, endless dissatisfaction. Endless craving. And Buddhism's solution? Not to eliminate desire, but to understand its nature. You can't control desires. They will come. But you can choose how to respond. When a shopping urge arises, you don't have to see it as an enemy. You can see it as a teacher. What is this urge teaching me? What am I seeking? What do I truly want? And these questions take you deeper. Beyond products. Beyond dopamine. Beyond ego. You begin to find your true self. And that true self needs no product. Because it is already complete. Okay, enough philosophy. Let's get practical. What will you do after watching this video? Here are simple, immediately actionable steps. 1. Grab your phone now. Delete the shopping apps. All of them. Right now. It takes 30 seconds. But those 30 seconds can change your life. 2. Open your email. Unsubscribe from every shopping newsletter. Click unsubscribe on each one. Takes 10 minutes. But those 10 minutes prevent thousands of future urges. 3. Take credit cards out of your wallet. Leave just one for emergencies. Lock the rest away. In a drawer. Or with a friend. If it's not easy to reach, you won't use it. 4. Start a journal. Every day, write just 3 questions. What did I want to buy today? Why? How did I respond to the urge? That's it. 3 questions. Awareness is that simple. 5. Find an accountability partner. A friend. A family member. Someone who will support you. Talk to them weekly. How did this week go? Share. Success triples when you're not alone. 6. Set a no shopping day goal. Start with 1 day. Then a week. Then a month. Reward yourself after each success, but not with products. With experiences. A walk. A movie. Dinner with a friend. Real things. These steps aren't magic. But they work. Thousands have tried them. Thousands have changed. Now it's your turn. But let me tell you the deepest truth: freedom isn't having more. Freedom is wanting less. Centuries ago, Stoic philosophers, especially Epictetus, understood this. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The modern minimalist movement is rediscovering this wisdom. People are letting go of things, simplifying their homes. And they notice something: fewer things mean more freedom. Because every item is a burden. Every item needs care. Takes space. Drains energy. Demands attention. The more things you have, the less free you are. But when you reduce your possessions, you feel a lightness. As if a heavy load has been lifted from your shoulders. And you can breathe. Truly breathe. One study shows that decluttering, simplifying your home, lowers cortisol levels. Stress decreases. Happiness increases. Just by reducing stuff. Because outer order creates inner order. And inner order creates peace. And peace is something online shopping can never give. But remember, you're not alone. And this change isn't just individual. It's collective. As a community, we can stand against this system. We can be conscious consumers. We can say no. Every time you say no, you're not just saving yourself. You're sending a message. I'm not a slave to an algorithm. I'm not a consumption machine. I'm a human. And I choose. If enough people send this message, the system changes. Companies change. Algorithms change. Because money talks. And with every dollar you spend, or don't, you vote. With every purchase decision, you're creating a world. What world do you want to create? A world of manipulation? Or a world of awareness? A world that glorifies consumption? Or one that honors humanity? The choice is always yours. But all this is in the future. Let's focus on the now. Right now, you're watching this video. Right now, you're reading these words. Right now, you're at a crossroads. Will I change? Or will everything stay the same? Because watching isn't enough. Understanding isn't enough. Action is required. What will you do now? Will you pick up your phone and delete those apps? Or say, I'll do it tomorrow? Will you start a journal? Or say, I don't have time? Will you talk to a friend? Or say, I'm ashamed? Because tomorrow never comes. No time is an excuse. I'm ashamed is a barrier. Real change starts now. This second. This breath. Are you ready? But let's be realistic. This won't be easy. Some days you'll fail. Some days you'll slip back into old habits. Some days you'll be angry with yourself. And that's okay. Because perfection isn't the goal. Progress is. You don't have to be 100% successful. You just have to be 1% better than yesterday. 1% better every day. After 365 days, you're not 365% better. You're 37 times better. Because growth is compound. So be kind to yourself. But hold yourself accountable. Forgive mistakes. But learn from them. Fall. But get up. Because this journey is a marathon. Not a sprint. And in a marathon, the winner isn't the fastest. The winner is the one who keeps going. Will you keep going? Here's my final message to you. You are far stronger than you think. You can stand against a trillion-dollar industry. You can resist your own brain's biology. You can break the spell of the modern world. Because you're not just a biological machine. You're a conscious being. A being who can choose. A being who can change. And this power, the power of choice, has always been inside you. No company can take it. No algorithm can control it. No ad can manipulate it. You are sovereign. But this sovereignty doesn't come automatically. It must be chosen. It must be reclaimed every day. And you can do it. I believe in you. Now believe in yourself. Okay. It's been a long journey. But one last thing. If this video gave you something, an idea, a hope, a tool, please leave a comment. Leaving a comment isn't just a statistic. It's a commitment. You're saying, I was here. I heard this. I will change. That commitment inspires others. When they read your comment, they'll think, I'm not alone. So in the comments, write, today, I'm taking one step. For example, today, I'm deleting my shopping apps. Today, I'm starting the 24-hour rule. Today, I'm writing in my awareness journal for the first time. Be specific. Specificity makes action easier. And if you found this video valuable, please share it. Send it to a friend. Post it on social media. Because maybe, just maybe, your share can change someone's life. Maybe that person feels hopeless right now. Maybe they feel alone. Maybe they think, I can't change. Your share can give them hope. If this person could change, so can I. One share can save a life. I'm not exaggerating. And now, one final image. Imagine you're standing on a hilltop. The sun is setting. The sky is orange and pink. The wind brushes your face. You take a deep breath. You look behind you. You see the past. Those dark valleys. Those rough paths. The moments you fell. They're all there. But now, behind you. You look ahead. You glimpse the future. Not certain, but full of hope. Not mapped, but free. Exciting, yet unknown. And right now, here on this hilltop, you understand, the journey never ends. Because life is a journey, not a destination. But now you have the map. You have the tools. You have the knowledge. And most importantly, you have yourself. The sun slips below the horizon. The last rays touch your face. And you smile. Because you are free.